Welcome to the Socialize Forecast, January 23rd, 2024, the Tuesday edition of the Socialize podcast, where we bring you social media updates, trends, original content ideas, and all of the insights. And remember to check back on Friday for the Socialize strategy session, where we dig deep into a topic that has usually been asked by many of our subscribers. Okay, let's get into it because I am broadcasting live here from Cincinnati, Ohio, where I've been working all day, and I decided I am not going to skip a podcast week. So I set up my setup here in my hotel room and I'm making it work. So welcome to Cincinnati and thanks for joining. Let's talk about what the social media updates for the week. Not a lot going on that is out of the box, but I will say since we are in football season and we're getting into the heat of the football season with the playoffs and whatnot, that if you saw that there was a viral video of a guy who was a big Detroit Lions fan and was crying when they won. And the reason I want to mention this is, first off, that video went viral, and he probably had a lot of controversial comments in his comment section about why is he crying over a football game. But the video that we've linked in the newsletter, and I'll probably link it here in the show notes, is an explanation of why he was so emotional. And it's quite a touching story. So we thought it was a good one to share. And it's really involves a father and son relationship where the father was no longer with the family. And so the son was really overcome with emotion. And so if you're interested in that, just click on it in the show notes and you can enjoy the beautiful story of the week. The other thing I would say that is an update for the week, I purchased a drone, a mini drone, the Hover Air. It's called a Hover Air X1. This is what it looks like. It's quite the cute thing. When you turn it on, the camera comes on. Anyway, I really, really like it because it's a pocket drone. So it's tiny. It fits right in your purse and I can take it anywhere. I don't need an app to control it. Very, very handy. And I really, really like it. But I decided to make a demo video and it was a, it brought on a lot of commentary about how noisy it is and how much it is and how expensive it is and how I'm trying to sell people something. And number one, it is not a promoted video. It is literally just me showing how to use the thing because I purchased it with my own money and I don't spend a lot of money on equipment as a rule. So I just had a little indulgent and I wanted to try it and I like it. And I thought it could add to my content and potentially level things up for 2024. So I went for it. And then I took it out the next day onto the street of New York. And that video is wrought with a lot of controversy of people coming after me for using a drone in New York City. By the way, I didn't fly it up into the sky. It was right in front of me at eye level. And then the fact that somebody almost knocked into it and I tried to stop her from it. And the whole thing was very amicable, but you think that I accosted someone on the street the way the comments are coming at me. Very funny. Haven't had a lot of negativity in my comment section, so it's a little it's a little jarring, but it's also amusing and I'm just ignoring it. On we go. I'm here to just share my learnings and this week the learnings was about a drone. All right, let's get on to the trends. There's some fun and easy ones this week and some funny ones. So I'm going to start with how hard can it be? And this one is definitely for all the ladies out there. So don't take offense if there's any men tuning in because we love you guys, but sometimes we have to poke fun. And this one is just a really good audio where it's like, how hard could it be? Boys do it, men do it. How hard could it be? So I just thought that was a fun one to include, and Julie hopped on board with this one because she really, really thinks it's a solid one, and you could show off something that you do that might be more traditionally male focused, a job, a hobby, a sport, or well, most sports are male and female, but something where it's a heavily male dominated field and you decide to do it, and so you can show off that. If it's something that traditionally men like and that you really enjoy, you can show that off. So click on the audio, you can see some examples. The next one is called processing. And I kind of like this one because I have a hard time when someone says turn left. I have to think which way is left for a second. I really have that pause. And I find it amazing that some people think of left and right the same way they think of up and down because my brain doesn't work that way. That's what I thought of when I first saw this one. But this audio is versatile and it's really used to show off something where you overthink something or something that you think while you're waiting for something else to happen. So when you're waiting for a cake to finish baking, or if you're at the microwave and you're waiting for it to count down, you're waiting for tea water to boil or just pasta water to boil. And what is your mind doing? And in that period of time when you're waiting. So funny because I saw a comedian recently in my feed, and he was talking about how when in the 80s, mindfulness just meant you had to wait online and you couldn't entertain yourself with with a device, or you had to wait somewhere, maybe ride on a train, and you couldn't entertain yourself with a device, which was pretty funny. So this brought that to mind because this involves waiting for just a few seconds and what your brain does in that period of time. You can hop on that one. This last one's funny, and I could consider this a bit of dark humor because when I was going through cancer, Julie and I love to make some dark humor videos about cancer. And so this reminded me of that because it's this zap sound, and the idea is it's called What's Got You Zapped, but it's the idea that something simple is going to make you a goner. So, for example, if you're working on an electrical outlet and you tell someone in your family to turn off the power and they don't, and then you pretend to plug it in and then you pretend to does that get zapped. So it's a little bit of great acting, fun acting involved, where you can decide what it is that's going to take you out like that. It also does not have to be electrical related. There was the creator in this example explained how she's going to be a goner one day because she drank all these Red Bulls. And so she just zaps out when she's sitting in her car and she pretends to die. So it's a little bit of death dark humor, but I kind of love a little dark humor. All right, next up, let's talk about the original content ideas. Some really fun ones. Okay, first, let's start with something you'll never forget. And I like this because it could be advice that somebody gave you, a friend, a mentor, a stranger, something you heard a celebrity say. I have a few things that I think about all the time that people have said that I'm gonna say them right now, but for example, Mel Robbins, when she has that, her viral TikTok was "Let Them," and that was a really good one that I'm never gonna forget, which is, "If people think this way or think that way or whatever, let them. Don't let it bother you." And I really love that. So even though that's not something from my childhood or from my past, that's a recent past discovery that I really, really am gonna live by probably from now on, and I always think about it. But there could be other ones that maybe a nugget of wisdom from a former boss. One of actually my very first boss always used to say knowledge is power. And at the time, I don't even think I realized what a powerful statement that was. But I think I did take it to heart because in those days when I sat in edit rooms and I learned how to edit from watching editors, and I didn't have to know how, but I liked knowing how. And so since now I have that skill, that has brought me some really rewarding skills here on TikTok because I know how editing works for all these years just from paying attention to it. So, all right, that was a little bit of a tangent. Let's keep going. The next original content idea, Jersey in the house, is share a gadget. So this is where Julie was inspired by suggesting this one because she saw my drone video and she thought it was a good one to maybe think about something that you have, a gadget that you really like in your house, or something maybe you want to get and you're not sure. So you ask your audience for their advice. So there's a lot of potential with this one to get some engagement with your followers. Maybe somebody will chime in with some helpful information. That's always handy. And then our last one is show off what's in your bag. I would be terrified to do this, but it would be kind of funny. To open up my purse and pull out the things that are in it. I don't even have a big purse, but I got a lot of stupid things in it. So maybe I'll make a video about it. Sometimes I think, wow, I have everything I need in that purse and it's literally this big. All right, so those are our ideas for original content for the week. In terms of tutorials, I'm pulling out an Instagram one that I posted recently because there is a new feature on Instagram where you can tap and add an AI background behind your Instagram story post. It is amazing. And what I love the most about it is that it automatically cuts you out. So if it's a photo of you, it automatically cuts you out. And then you can type in and select the background that you want. So you can make something up. I typed in ski hill, and next thing you know, I was on top of a mountain by a ski lift. So it's amazing. And I just urge you, even if you don't even like Instagram, just try it for fun. So it's a good one. And as always, you're going to have to hit over to the email newsletter to get the music suggestions for the week. And that is it for today. I'm going to wrap it up because I have a long work day tomorrow and I need to get myself some beauty rest. So I'm ready to go. And I'll be back on Friday with some strategy updates. So I'll see you then. And thank you so much for listening. Now remember that when we do these podcasts, we try and give you what's trending, what will help you moving forward. So if you really are helped by it or you enjoy it, please leave us a review or a comment. You can always submit a question because we love to get the questions for our Friday strategy session. It helps us to know what people really, really want to know from us. Thanks for listening. And if you landed here via a podcast platform, make sure to subscribe to the email newsletter by visiting our website, hellosocialize.com, where you'll find free workshops and also a free TikTok course. If you know anybody that needs it, send it on over to them. Have a great week, and I'll see you Friday. Bye.